Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's been a sad day in Nigeria. It's been really, really sad. I don't know what to say. So, yesterday evening, there were rumors, people were sending tweets saying that bandits attacked a train coming from Kaduna to Abuja. So initially, a lot of people thought maybe shortly after the tweets and messages kept coming, people were like, okay, the military are now there and all that. We actually thought it was such, I don't know. I actually thought nobody was hurt. Like the person who talked about the military that came made it sound like, okay, help has come, nothing much. And then the next thing, okay, there was this lady who sent a tweet and said, her name is Chinelo. She's a doctor. She graduated from the University of Port Harcourt in 2017. She resigned last month from St. Gerald's Hospital, Kaduna. She was due to travel abroad that's this Friday. Unfortunately, she died in the ill-fated train. And before that happened, she sent out a tweet. I am in the train. I have been shot. Please pray for me. Initially, like, I was so bothered when I saw when I saw her tweet, and then I went through her comments and noticed lots of people were like, how are you going to have energy? Okay, so let me take you back. The was actually a staunch member of, would I say PDP, or she was an ardent supporter of Mr. Peter Obi. She really wanted Peter Obi to contest for president because she felt he was going to fix the Nigerian economy and all that. So I noticed the Buhari media guys on Twitter were unnecessarily very mean to her and under her tweet. So I had to go to her page, and then I went to and realized that she's actually a very strong fan of Peter Obi, always, retweeting tweets that has to do with Peter Obi being president and all that. So I was like, okay, now I get where this is coming from. But I've always felt that, I mean, don't these guys think, like, do they ever stay like this and ask themselves, when God created me, did He actually create me to be a nuisance? Did He actually create me to be a nuisance for some politicians who will just use me? And in the next 8 years, I'll be back to the streets. I'll be like every other human being. Nigeria can happen to, even as they are, Nigeria can actually happen to them, because the way Nigeria is, Nigeria can happen to anybody. Like, things can happen, and before your family even start making arrangements to fly abroad, the person will just die, and you'll be like, oh, you see, Nigeria has happened. So I feel like when it comes to Nigeria and anything that has to do with security, health, people need to be sensitive. It has nothing to do with party affiliations. It has nothing to do with tribe, religion. That shouldn't matter when it comes to life, because several people have actually gone to a place called 44 in Kaduna, where some of the victims are being treated. And as someone stated, nobody asked for my tribe, nobody asked for my identity. All they did was take my blood sample, ran some tests, and if it matched, it just took the blood. Like, no one is talking about all those things we stay and argue about on social. When it comes to life, people need to put party aside, put their differences aside, and just sometimes, like, speak like a human being, like an actual human being. Forget about party, forget about those your guys paying you, those your guys at the top. Like, even if you don't want to speak against them, but at least keep quiet. There is power in silence. Sometimes when you're quiet, people don't know what you're thinking. People will never misquote you for being silent. Like, you can just log off, take some days off, instead of defending what is obviously wrong, or, saying all sorts of nonsense on social media, because in the end, the internet never forgets. There are things that people will always remember you for. Oh, this is the guy that did this is the guy that, and I strongly believe in love. That's why we need to be very careful and intentional about things we do. So somebody now, this particular guy, now said there are lots of tweets. Somebody asked Abolore, one of the Buhari media guys, APC media nuisance machine on Twitter, said, "Are you dead now?" So this particular lady, Yabo, she's actually Yabo Woshika. She's a well-known nuisance based in the UK. She wrote something Yoruba. I think it's also an insult or something. So, and according to, so many people have been saying lots of things about what happened on the train. They say they came with cars, that they mined the railway tracks with I don't know, IUDs. That so by the time those people that, according to a secondary informant, he said that his brother actually told him that they saw torchlight, flashes of torchlight when they were approaching, when those bandits were approaching the railway. So the moment I think their train touched those explosives, then their train stopped, and then those guys started shooting periodically. I think they thought people would come out of the train, so they were now shooting. I think it was some of the stray bullets that killed, that injured this informer, because from the picture, I can't share the picture, sorry. From the picture I saw before, she had injury. She was injured, she was shot in her stomach and all that. So according to this guy, they went to the VIP section of the train and carried some people, because they say they came with empty cars, carried lots of people. So people have been advised to go check mortuaries, to go to the IUCs. If you don't see your word there, then it's possible the person has been kidnapped, which is going to be another problem. So this lady, Butter Babe, she actually shared a story, and she said her brother worked in FMC Gusau till he left the country, and all through the period they were never at rest. That same month he left, terrorists attacked the hospital, killed patients and staff. He said killed patients and staff, in bracket underreported. So now let's talk about, there are lots of cases of bandit attacks that happen, and people never get to hear of these stories. Like, people never get to hear of these stories. They hide it. The media don't carry such information. Everything is hush, 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 hush. It's just families directly involved. Some of them don't have access to the media, and before you know, the story dies off. The truth is that every day in Nigeria, people get killed unnecessarily, like especially in northeast Nigeria. The bloodshed is very bad and annoying. Like, it's not even worth it. And sometimes I think a lot about the Nigerian government. Sometimes I ask myself, I remember during the NSAS, the energy with which the government fought innocent protesters. I believe that if they channel this energy towards bandits, the whole issue of bandits will be gone, because like they just know, they know what to do. But at the same time, sometimes I think, like, why are they enabling them? What's their relationship with these people? Like, why are they letting them act like they own the country? It's very bad. Like, I can't even imagine, because I strongly believe that if the government wants to stop these people, they look at what they did with the NSAS protest, and in less than 48 hours everybody went in. So now we might, and these are harmless civilians, then why can't they move more? In fact, I don't know what to say, but all I know is that the government is not being serious about bandits. That's why even these days, when people start saying, hey, the president has not addressed the nation, I'll be like, please, please, please. I don't think, I'm just tired of hearing the same words. I can assure you, we are going to look in here. He has met with the military personnel. He has met with the security chiefs. Like, it's boring. It's really, really boring. Like, what's the point? You keep meeting with these people and nothing is changing. Things remain the same. So what's the point? So that's, honestly, when things like this happen, I don't really care if he addresses the nation or not, because I know even if he addresses the nation, it's more like, let me just tell them, say that's what they want to hear. At the end of the day, nothing changes. But I can't help but wonder, you sometimes, a part of you want to just zone out of the whole northeast Nigerian thing. But then, so another part of you keeps saying, it can be me tomorrow, it can be my friend, it can be someone I love. You never can tell. Life is so crazy and funny. Who would have, honestly, when I first heard of it, I was like, ah, God, poor people. But then this Chinelos, because someone I know actually know Chinelo, like, I have a friend that knows the girl. So the whole time I was like, oh my God, like, when this thing happened, I never imagined that I know anyone. Like, I never imagined that someone I know, or I know someone that knows someone that was on that ill-fated train. I just assumed that, oh, they're probably all northerners traveling within the north and all that. I probably don't know anybody. But that goes to show that we are connected in a way, one way or the other. Sometimes these things happen and you feel like it's not my concern. Who knows when it will concern you? Because at the end of the day, people can't even travel by road. They can't travel by air. The airspace is not safe. I think the airport was attacked recently. They can't travel by road because, in fact, at until yesterday, I think traveling by train was the safest means, going from Kaduna to Abuja, Abuja to Kaduna, because that's just it. Traveling by train was actually the safest until yesterday, and I guess these bandits noticed this and now decided to lay ambush. So now, are they trying to say people shouldn't travel? Like, are people going to be stopped forever in Kaduna? Like, they won't travel. If they have a need to travel, they won't travel because they are not safe. Or if they are traveling, they need to ride their will. They need to, because they know they may not come back alive. It's just annoying, honestly. So let me continue with this girl's story. So the same month he left, terrorists attacked the hospital, killed patients and staff, underreported. He said his colleague was sending messages on WhatsApp trying to reach him, asking if he knew about the danger invading the local place they lived, because people who he has domiciled with were begging him not to resign or leave as they were already short-staffed of doctors. It broke his heart. Escaped by whiskers. He will tell you with every fiber in him that they saw more deaths and injuries than any media could ever care to report. Still nightmarish. Let Nigeria not happen to us, because between last night and now, I have had flashes of putting my brother in Chinelo's shoes. In Chinelo's shoes. So that's it. So now you can imagine this lady is trying to say that lots of things that happen are not reported. So this is like a secondary report from a girl whose brother later relocated to Nigeria. Because honestly, I was even thinking, see, honestly, I don't know how this sounds. I don't mean to sound insensitive, but I feel like people from the south should leave the north. People from the south generally should leave the north. Let northerners stay in the north if they want to, because at the end of the day, it's their place. I don't blame them if they stay there. Like, they don't have where. Some of them don't have where to go. But I believe everybody from the south come home. Like, it's going to be hard. I get it. It's going to be pretty hard, but I believe after a while things will get better. Things will get better. At least it's better to escape alive. Just imagine every day. I remember when my sister was posted to Borno for service, like those 3 weeks in camp. She was posted to Borno, but they camped in Bauchi. Those days, my family members, we were always scared. Like, we were always listening to the news. We beg her to make sure her phone is never down and all that. In fact, there was a time there was a threat of attack in the camp they were staying in. So they were moved to another camp. There were less than 100 in camp because so many people from the east were posted there, and so many people refused. Their parents didn't allow them go. My parents were like, no, go, because it took a while before her school mobilized her for service. So my parents were like, no, please, oh, you have to go. No, you have to go. You can't take chances because you don't. So, but my parents just told her, make sure you come back after 3 weeks. And boy, she got offers. She got an offer to work in the state house. She got an offer. Another person offered her to work with UNESCO, because there are so many international organizations that are based in the north because of the whole crisis. She even met some guys that came for service and remained, and they were like, their life here is a lot easier, that they are now doing business. One of them buy fish from the north, send to the east. They buy bags of onions for 3K, they send to the east and sell for 22. My sister was like, my parents, if they hear this one, they don't even care. My parents said, regardless of the promises, please come back. So luckily for her, she actually got redeployed after 3 weeks. In fact, they didn't even stay for up to 3 weeks, they stayed for 2 weeks. They now got treated. And she said they were well treated. They had fun. She didn't really have the usual camp experience. It was more of like leisure, lots of sleeping, fun. They were not forced to do anything because they were less than 100. The people did not come to camp as such. So I know that there are lots of job opportunities in the north, but I feel like people from the south, honestly, if it's possible, leave the north. The north is not safe as it is. So for me, I don't really know what to send me to the north. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't think I can just stand and say, I'm going to the north for, if it's not a life and death situation. No way, I'm not going there. If it has to do with money, pay, please don't give me. Let me stay in the south. I know what I'm doing, and at least, as much as Nigeria is not safe generally, I get it. Nigeria is not safe. Like, I just have to accept it. Nigeria is not safe, but at least the south is safer than the north. So that is it. So, and there have been several reports. So many people have been sending out tweets. I can't find so person. I can't find so person. And then hours later, they tweet, "Oh God, Nigeria has happened to me. May the soul of so person rest in peace." So you can see people are really. It's really a sad situation. So honestly, I just hope that the family of Chinelo are comforted, because I know that this is a very difficult thing. You can imagine after they must have pulled resources together, trained her through school, and now they must be celebrating that, oh, by Friday she'll be leaving the country to start a new life and all that. And now this. So it's not, I believe that her parents are, or her family members, so and everyone affected by her demise is actually going through a lot. And I pray and hope they are comforted, and the memories of Chinelo, and the sad thing about some of these deaths is how the pictures of the person in a bad state is littered all over the internet. People are so mean. Like, you litter these pictures and family members see these pictures, and I don't know. Sometimes I wonder how these people cope. Like the trauma. Imagine seeing the picture of your loved one on the internet with every other person's, lying helpless in a pool of her own blood. It's really sad. May your soul rest in peace.